Good evening, good afternoon, good day, good morning. Depends on where you are in the world. Happy Wednesday, technically. Wanted to give the Huey update a quick spin. Hey, at a particular scenery, I was going to do Vietnam, but I thought, that's too easy. So, we're checking out some Afghanistan FOBs because, well, it just for Afghanistan just released for DCS, so why not? Hueys weren't necessarily heavily used in GWAT, but here we are. My music is failing me tonight. I'm sorry. Other than the first, listen to this one. Yeah, there's a lot of maps of DCS that I need. Yeah, there's a scenery with some Afghanistan forward operating bases for Flight Sim. We're starting at one near Kandahar, and we're just going to wander around. It's not going to be a terribly long stream because it's a work night, and I'm working on stabby pain in the back of my head. But I really wanted to try out an evening stream, so here we are. Anyone is more than welcome to join in. Why am I not getting any lights? That's good. Huh. Maybe it's just that bright out. Oh well. So we're going to start wandering around. We're going to kind of make a right-hand out departure and head towards Kandahar and just kind of wander around, see what we see. Now, I'd imagine that some of the satellite imagery is fairly good because this is probably one of the more satellite well-documented satellite imagery areas of the world for the last 20 years. So I'd imagine that a lot of it's pretty okay. I like the cockpit shake quite a bit. It's very realistic for the Huey. She still hovers really nice. She transfers very well between a hover and forward flight. And of course, SimFX doing its job. Any impreciseness with the collective is just because I'm using a throttle instead of a collective. Alright, so we're going to attach to this main road and kind of make our way towards Kandahar. Now the scenery I don't think adds buildings per se, is mostly adding just airports, helipads, or whatever on the map, which in and of itself is kind of nice. Not in a Space Jam kind of mood, sorry. That'll work. And we got a handy dandy little map for everyone to kind of follow along with. Come on, you stupid freaking mouse. Well, so much for having good imagery here. So Kandahar is here. We are getting sucky imagery where we're at. So we're just going to follow this road at least. Hey Kozaki, good to see you. I mean, it was another day of having to go to work. So there's that. We'll just give you a nice short flight. Try to check out the update for the Huey. I was really hoping for, you know, not... I don't know if it ran out or what. I'm just going to check because that's silly. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Oh. We're just going to follow this until we get better scenery, I guess. It's kind of unfortunate. It's not kind of unfortunate, it's really unfortunate. This looks more like, 1940s England than it does Afghanistan. So it wasn't a huge update. They increased they adjusted the rotor model, like the physical model itself, a little bit to make it a little more accurate. They added some antenna options. Yeah. I think my favorite addition is the shake in the cockpit. Had a little more. I'm really needing better music vibes. No, 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 no. Sure. Old Johnny Cash. No worries, Kozaki. We're just kind of wandering around, so you'll have plenty of opportunity. I happened to pick the flattest part of friggin' Afghanistan. I will say, performance is great because there's nobody around. It's one of the nice things about flying in this kind of area of the world at this time of night. There's nobody there. Oh, for a long time. Cut you down. Sooner or later, cut you down. I'm known for a long time. I'm known for a long time. I'm known for a long time. Sooner or later, we gotta cut you down. Sooner or later, we gotta cut you down. Where's that? Oscar Alpha Bravo Tango. Right here. Surprised I didn't see that on the map. I must have it filtered out. I have to double check my little land map filters. This ought to be familiar to Two-Tone Murphy fans. Gonna hide me for a bit. There's Kazaki. Slow up a bit, wait for let Kozaki catch up. So we're gonna make us. We're kind of heading towards, and I swear I'm reading this. Forward operating base Ramrod. Ooh, one of my favorite songs. I can dig it. Hopefully that makes the little map in the corner a little more readable. Now, touching you, sweet Caroline. Oh, oh. Good morning, Allison. I hope you're wrapped up in comfort and hopefully your infection goes away quickly. It's just one of those catchy songs. It's just like it's Tom Jones, Neil Diamond, those kind of artists that it's just like it's catchy. You got to sing along. And there's Kozaki. Alright. We're going to get speed back up. Never was so good. Oh, there he is. Ooh, those aren't fun. Yeah, there's no comfort with that. My deepest sympathies. I am so sorry. Well, at least I hope you get as comfortable as possible. Hopefully the music makes up for it, maybe just a little bit. Ugh. That's no fun. I'm so sorry. What's next on the playlist? Yeah, we're gonna skip that one. And yeah. Ah, not playing this. I love the song, but no. We'll play this because Murph can't. Hey, Brazenhead. Good to see you. Man, everybody's coming alive in the middle of the night. Not terribly long. Just kind of checking out the update to the Huey and flying around southern Afghanistan. I can't have a long flight tonight just because it's a work night. We're on. Actually, Brazen, you might get a kick out of this. We're heading towards Forward Operating Base Ramrod. Or maybe JW might get more of a kick out of that. Super Troopers reference. Read early in the morning for Allie. Yeah, I saw your post, Allie, and do everything you can to rest up. I wish I could help. Roger that, Brazen. Rest well. Providing the radio and the sweet dulcet tones of the Huey. Well, hopefully you're able to get them quick, Allie. I don't know how that all works over yonder, but hopefully it's not difficult. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I can't imagine. I mean, it's hard to get comfortable one or the other, but sitting in the chair for few hours is not not ideal under the circumstances anyway. Oh, keeping an eye on. Excuse me. At least now I have an excuse to yawn. It's in the middle of the night. So there's no scenery per se. I don't think for most of these forward operating base locations. It's mostly just adding airports to the map. But this one might actually have some scenery. Now, depending on how you look at it, fortunately or unfortunately, I never got to go to Afghanistan, but my unit did. Although we were operating the Chinooks, and it was more so in the mountains. I don't know exactly where we were deployed to in Afghanistan, but there was an emphasis on how good they were in the mountains. So my money would be on, we were deployed more towards northeastern Afghanistan. Oh, it looks like there's at least buildings. We're going to do a flyover, kind of get a lay of the land. Now this isn't too far from Kandahar. My gosh, sorry. And even according to the satellite data, it looks like the sand's already taking it back over. It's kind of depressing. Alright, we're going to try to do a quick stop on that asphalt pad. Go out there and do a Huey. So kind of a left-hand pattern. Close up, we gotta slow down. A little bit of a freeze. Add collective. Don't want VRS and don't want to slam it. Nice. Touchdown. Stretch the old arm out. Alright, so there should be a road right outside on the north side of the base, which I believe is it's going to be up here. We're going to follow that. Excuse me. Good night. I'm a terrible host. And we're just going to follow that. That's going to get us on the north side of Kandahar and into downtown Kandahar. There's going to be a lot of bases just littered throughout the Kandahar area, so it should be I won't notice them, but I can see them on a little map anyway. Sorry, I keep yawning. Get a little bit of a pick-me-up until we finish the flight. Okay, there. Move back up in cyclic. Hop on collective. Left on the pedal. Got altitude. Okay, we're looking for that road. That's it right there. So we're going IFR, I follow roads. And we're going to follow this right into Kandahar. Yep. And at least this way we're starting to see some of the mountains of Afghanistan. Once you get to northern around Kabul and northwards, man, those mountains are pretty up there, especially along the border with Pakistan. I've always been kind of hesitant about flying in Afghanistan just because it's almost too easy for people to kind of get political. Pyrotech 312 with the follow. Many thanks. Hope you're enjoying the flight. But at the same time, it's a part of the world, and it's, you know, if you put a lot to the side and just look at the scenery, it's a beautiful place. And, you know, again, taking everything else out of it, it's a playground for jets because there's mountains and there's open space. So exactly, Allie. And it's one of those, on the one hand, I want to be sensitive to issues people might have, but at the same time, it's there to explore. So it's a delicate balance. Because I do realize that it can bring up some unpleasant memories for people, but try to be as sensitive as I can without letting it stop me. This looks like a dry riverbed. Yeah, that's gotta be a dry riverbed. So, somewhere on the right-hand side here and about that direction is Forward Operating Base Terminator. Really? You got the Wind Wing one, right? Or did you get a different one? My phone's reminding me my bedtime starts soon. Alright, we're gonna see if this leads down to Forward Operating Base Terminator. Ah, purple. So as I say, I know that the Wind Wing collectives were getting hard to get. They were pretty dang popular. I'm still using just the Wind Wing Orion 2 throttle with the F-15 grips for even choppers. It works basically the same. I have to do the throttle with the mouse, but I wouldn't mind eventually getting a collective, but that's far down the road. I have things that work, but I don't think I've ever even held a verbal product before. I've never heard anything bad about them other than price, and not that they're priced too much, just that they're, buy once, cry once kind of peripherals. I don't see myself getting a new stick anytime soon, but if I do, it's probably going to be a Wind Wing. I'd like Wind Wing to offer an F-15 style grip because I've got the F-15 style throttle, so it'd be nice to have, a matching set. Okay, looking for FOB Terminator. That's probably it right there. See, I was trying to find a playlist for, flying in Afghanistan, but it's just like, you know what, it's recent enough that I could just use one of my stream playlists and it works. That is Forward Operating Base Terminator. Not much there anymore. Alright, if we keep this heading, we'll run back into that road along with forward operating base. How's my dad? I swear I'm just reading it as it is on the screen. I like cream, but not now. Ooh, there we go. Tears for Fears. We're gonna hide me and tunage. No worries, Allie. You rest as much as you need to. Such a good song. Just a good vibe. Now the music's playing favorites. Jim Croce. Kind of dope. going to be passing Fort Operating Base Wilson here on the left here in a little bit. So, he's that. You are the baddest man in whole downtown. Better than okay, come on. Okay, go. Let's close. A lot of buildings at this base. It's like a landing pad right there. Oh yeah. Check it out. Ooh, that's a good tune. I'm gonna hit the deck for this one. We're going to keep to the left of these ridges. This is how you fly a Huey. Terrain following. That's what we're doing right here. Just mindful of the power lines. Oh, the hits keep hitting. Me. At some point, I need to really give the 60 another chance. I've been really kind of holding out for the Milviz, Shrike, whatever it's going to end up as, Blackhawk. And I really want to like the Delta one more, but it's just like, it's the instrumentation that gets me the most. And it's just like, I get it's complicated, but I don't know. I might be making a bigger deal out of it than I should. And it flies slower than it should. At least last I remember. It could have changed. I might need to update it. I'll need to look. Yeah, Kandahar. And then off to the right. We're heading to check up a little outpost up here. Make a right hand and we'll head towards Kandahar, the main Kandahar airport. Probably make our final landing there. Just enough to give a shakedown of the new update to the Huey. Long enough to say hello to some friends. But short enough to where I can still get a night's sleep and work tomorrow. Alright, that should be about the right heading. I definitely see myself using these Afghanistan forward operating bases more. I'll put a link to the download in Discord. It's a pretty, I believe it's a pretty light add-on because it really just adds some essentially nav data for where an airport is. But kind of gives some more options in the region to fly around with. Comes to a huge shock that there's no photogrammetry here. Although I have photogrammetry turned off for right now anyway, just because it's causes me some issues. I'm having trouble reading the map. Kandahar Airport is either... It almost looks like it's on the other side of that ridge, but I'm not sure. And it's definitely on the other side of that ridge. Just really hoping the ibuprofen would work. Just really hoping. Let's turn these off, please. Yeah, it makes me a little dark, but I need the... It's a lot easier on the eyes. That looks like Kandahar right there. Alright, we're going to land on this light gray pad here. We're going to go around and make a We'll go up and around and make our landing. Actually, let's go to this spot up to the left. Not the smoothest landing I've ever done. There's Kozaki coming in. We're going to skip to something else for the last sign of the night. We're going to pause and I'm going to pick something. There we go. Finish it out tonight. Thanks everyone for coming along. We just gave the Huey updated shakedown. Everything's great. Had a look at Afghanistan. It looks great. So until next time, Saturday, we're going to be finishing the Ike trip and my first journey across the Atlantic. We're going to be taking off from Iceland, heading to Prestwick, and then Prestwick to London on Saturday. Time to be determined. I'll try to coordinate with Allison's stream so we can kind of get something going there. But until then, be good to each other. Stay safe out there. And we'll catch you next time. Take care.